Good morning, students. Good morning. So far we are completed various topics in 12th standard biology, chapter 6, molecular basis of inheritance. In last class, we learned what is meant by replication, how replication is functioning, how one DNA is converted into 2 DNA. The process is known as replication. Now, then how is replication is experimentally proved with the use of some scientists like Michelson and Stahl. So, replication, we know one DNA is copied into 2 daughter DNA during S phase of the cell cycle. Normally, you know, in 11th standard you are already studied cell cycle contains some stages: G1, gap 1, S phase, and G2, gap 2, and M phase, that is mitotic phase. Maybe the cell enter into G1 or maybe G0 stage in 11th standard cell cycle lesson. Now, during S phase, how DNA is replicated? In next section, what is meant by replication, how DNA is replicated in elaborate view. Now, how experimentally some scientists proved the replication is done with the use of some methods, and with the use of E. coli, the scientists proved what is meant by replication and what is meant by semi-conservative method of replication. Then they experimentally prove one by one. Then what is meant by replication? One DNA is copied into another DNA. One DNA copied into another DNA, that is replication. Here semi-conservative method of replication. Semi-conservative method of replication means half DNA is conserved during replication. For example, one DNA is formed. We take one DNA means actually DNA is contained 2 strands, 2 polynucleotide chain. One polynucleotide chain actually is a parent DNA. One DNA is actually a newly synthesized DNA. So, 2 DNA sequence are present, 2 nucleotide sequence or 2 polynucleotide chain is combined to form one DNA. Actually, one DNA from the parent, one DNA strand is a newly synthesized strand. How this is replication taking place? I give a small idea how the replication taking place. Listen. So, actually first DNA separate and it forms another DNA. It forms another DNA, and now 2 helical structure to form a 4 helical structure. So, one DNA separate and forms a polynucleotide chain dependent on the parent DNA, that is template DNA, and newly DNA is produced. So, one DNA is after replication process 2 DNA are formed. This is a basic scheme of replication. Then how this experiment proves? Actually, the experiment is conducted in E. coli, Escherichia coli organism. Normally, we know majority of the procedures and research is moving into the unicellular organism, because unicellular organism easily multiply. Is normally in E. coli within 20 minutes it multiply into a new cells, new E. coli cells during binary fission. Normally we know binary fission, one parent organism is divided into 2 daughter cells, that is binary fission. Here also same binary fission. Due to binary fission, one bacterium it is divided into 2 daughter nucleus or 2 daughter organisms. Normally, the scientists take E. coli, Escherichia coli is a prokaryotic bacterium for his research. So, scientist is Michelson Stahl. His full name is Matthew Michelson and Franklin Stahl in 1958. 1953 around only the DNA replication procedure started. That Wasson and Crick, James Wasson and Francis Crick only formed a replication method, and it provide a procedure for the replication. But in the replication is semi-conservatively taking place. The particular concept is explained and experimentally verified by the Matthew Meselson and Franklin Stahl. In your board exam, maybe we explain a Meselson and Stahl experiment, how the DNA replicates semi-conservatively. We explain how they experimentally the scientists prove the DNA is replicates semi-conservatively. The same, all these same questions, same answers. And Meselson and Stahl experiment. This is actually Meselson and Stahl experiment. Okay. Then they grow E. coli in ammonium chloride. Normally ammonium chloride is normally nitrogen is 14, but for this experiment they take ammonium chloride as a heavy nitrogen. Nitrogen 14 only is normal. But here the scientists take N15, nitrogen 15 ammonium chloride. Ammonium chloride is nothing but that is a chemical which is added to the nutrient medium in the bacterium growth. Then the bacterium absorbs nitrogen from the ammonium chloride. Because the DNA normally we know they contain DNA and nitrogen base mainly we know. Adenine, thymine, cytosine and guanine is actually nitrogen base present in the DNA. For making the DNA or synthesizing a new DNA, the organism that is here E. coli need nitrogen source. So here the nitrogen source for the E. coli bacterium is ammonium chloride. The E. coli only absorbs nitrogen from the ammonium chloride. Here ammonium chloride is not a radioactive substance, but is here ammonium chloride is heavy substance. Heavy substance is due to centrifugation you separate the ammonium chloride and other things. So okay. Then the scientists first take a ammonium chloride. I give experimentally. First to take a petri dish. In petri dish, nutrient medium. Nutrient medium means for the growth of bacterium, it needs some nutrition like sucrose, starch, all the things. In the nutrient medium, they add ammonium chloride. They add ammonium chloride, NH4Cl. They add ammonium chloride, NH4Cl, ammonium chloride 15. Here 15, not 14 ammonium chloride. NH4 ammonium chloride, 15 ammonium chloride are added. Then the bacteriums are added into the medium. Medium is nothing but nutrition substance. Nutritive substance for the bacterium growth. Here the E. coli bacterium are added. Then E. coli bacterium multiplies and produces more E. coli bacterium due to binary fission. So more E. coli are produced. And even after several generations, not one or two generations, or approximately or 10 generation, the scientists added ammonium chloride for 15 ammonium chloride 15 ammonium chloride 15 ammonium chloride 15 to the nutrition medium. So all the bacterium it absorbs the nutrition and multiply and forms a binary fission, and the progeny cells also it's contain DNA with ammonium chloride 15. Normally DNA we know it is contain nitrogen base. How the DNA is formed? It absorbs the nutrition from the surrounding and from the nutrients it forms the DNA. So in the bacterium DNA also contain what type of nitrogen? Because in the environment in the petri dish only ammonium chloride N15 ammonium chloride are present. So the DNA of the particular bacterium also contain how many nitrogen? Suppose same ammonium chloride and nitrogen is 15. So the bacterium contain DNA, the DNA contain nitrogen bases and the nitrogen contain here N15 nitrogen. Okay, are you clear? So normally we grow a bacterium in a petri dish, the scientists, the Meselson and Stahl, and for the nutrition and some other chemicals are also added, agar-agar like substances. In between chemicals the ammonium chloride also added for the purpose of its the nitrogen is actually N15. So normally the DNA is formed in the E. coli bacterium during replication procedure, and DNA normally contain nitrogen base. Here nitrogen base contain N15 nitrogen. Okay, after adding cesium chloride, first ammonium chloride, then the several generation, all the bacterium DNA contain nitrogen 15 ammonium chloride, ammonium nitrogen base, actually nitrogen base contain nitrogen 15. Then we add cesium chloride. Cesium chloride means, here listen, that is cesium chloride. Cesium chloride for the color identification. For the color identification we add cesium chloride. First we add ammonium chloride, it absorbs ammonium chloride and makes the DNA, and the DNA contain N15 nitrogen base. Then we add cesium chloride to the nutrient medium. Cesium chloride, what is the use means, is check the color, to coloring the DNA. To coloring the DNA we add cesium chloride. Okay. Then after adding cesium chloride to the particular nutrient medium, we take a particular substance on the nutrient bacterium in a test tube. In a test tube, the bacteriums are present. The bacterium contain what? Ammonium chloride and cesium chloride. Ammonium chloride means the bacterium DNA contain nitrogen 15 ammonium chloride, nitrogen 15 present in the DNA, in the nitrogen base of the particular E. coli bacterium. Then in cesium chloride also present for the coloring substance. It take the particular nutrient with ammonium chloride and cesium chloride and bacterium in a test tube. Then we add a test tube in the centrifugal machine. Centrifuge we know, in our laboratory also centrifuge are present. For 11th standard, for chlorophyll separation, we use the centrifuge machine for the separating the chlorophyll, and according to the pigments, chromatography we use, and centrifugation for our density, according to the density we separate, it is useful for separating the pigments. Centrifuge or centrifugation is nothing but with the use of centrifugal force. Normally you are studied in physics lessons, centrifugation, centrifugal force. Centrifugal force means it's the force is towards the outside. Actually this is actually a machine center part. We add a test tube in the particular centrifuge machine. In the test tube we take particular substance like a bacterium with ammonium chloride and the cesium chloride. We take two test tube. Okay, this is a middle part of the machine, centrifuge machine. We take two test tube with ammonium chloride as a heavy N15 nitrogen base in the DNA and cesium chloride also. Then we switching on the centrifugal machine, means automatically centrifuge slowly rotate. Centrifuge slowly rotates. After speed increasing means actually the test tube normally in the first position, this position, and due to centrifuge rotation, centrifugal force, the test tube is slowly move into the this side, this shape. So actually this is actually our my hand is actually tube, test tube, centrifugal tube. In the centrifugal tube, normally centrifuge means the is separating the components according to the density. So actually this is test tube means density particles, more dense particles are settled in the lower side of the test tube, and less dense particle is settled in the upper side of the test tube. That is actually test tube. Due to centrifugal force is rotating the test tube with the use of centrifugal force. Due to centrifugal force, normally the heavy molecule, mass heavy density molecule is settled into the bottom of the tube. Okay, listen, this is actually a centrifugal tube. Centrifugal tube, and normally the particular substance, what this substance, we add ammonium chloride, nitrogen 15. So the bacterial DNA also contain 15 nitrogen base in DNA. So due to centrifugal force, because nitrogen 14 only normally present, here we add nitrogen 15. So due to heavy nature, heavy density in the centrifugals, bacterium is towards the bottom end, because due to density and the bacterium is present towards the bottom end. The colorness, we observe the color of the bacterium with the use of cesium chloride. So only we add cesium chloride to that particular medium, or cesium chloride for visibility of the bacterium or visibility of the genetic material. Okay. So after this experiment, we see a centrifugal tube. After centrifugation procedure, we see the bacterium or the colorness in the test tube in the lower bottom, because N15 is a heavy substance. So it is settled in the lower part of the test tube. Okay. In the first experiment, we add ammonium chloride 15 to the nutrient substance for coloring the DNA, and after centrifugation procedure, we take a particular centrifuge tube, means and the bacterium contain ammonium chloride 15. So due to the heaviness, the bacterium is settled into the bottom of the test tube. It is the first part. So first we add ammonium chloride 15 to the first stage. They grow the bacterium with the ammonium chloride 15, and the bacterium contain what? Nitrogen base DNA. In the DNA, the nitrogen is actually N15 nitrogen. Okay. Then after several generation, we add only nitrogen 15. So all this DNA means, actually DNA we know this structure. All the DNA contain only nitrogen 15. Here also nitrogen 15, because we add only ammonium chloride in several generation to the bacterium growth medium. So all the DNA, all the nitrogen bases in the DNA and all the components in the DNA related to nitrogen is contain only N15 nitrogen. So due to this N15 nitrogen, the test tube is actually N15 is heavy substance, not isotope, heavy substance. Due to this, N15 is settled into the bottom of the centrifugal tube. We know the bottom of the centrifugal tube. Then after the several generation, in the next generation, after 20 minutes, normally bacterium within 20 minutes it multiplies and produces a new generation. Then next experiment, next step of this particular experiment, we add ammonium chloride. Listen, same petri dish, and transfer the bacterium into the another petri dish. Here we add ammonium chloride 14. Ammonium chloride 14. In first step, we add ammonium chloride 15 for several generation. So the DNA contain nitrogen 15 ammonium chloride in the nitrogen base. So all the DNA is nitrogen 15. This is the heavy isotope. So it is settled bottom of the centrifugal tube. After centrifugation process, we can see with the use of cesium chloride, we can see the color of the DNA. It is settled in the bottom of the centrifugal tube, because ammonium chloride 15 is heavy. So it is settled in the bottom of the centrifugal tube. In next step, we add ammonium chloride 14. Here we add ammonium chloride 14 and same cesium chloride also. Same cesium chloride. cesium chloride also we add, and the bacterium also present. So after one generation it produces the next generation. Next generation means normally we know DNA is one DNA is parent DNA, one DNA is newly synthesized DNA we know. Due to replication procedure, one parent, two strands of parent DNA separate, one DNA act as a template, and one DNA newly synthesized DNA. So we take a one DNA means one helix is parental DNA, one helix is newly synthesized DNA, we know. Then now if a DNA are formed, DNA is formed means if now we add one DNA is actually parent DNA. Listen the drawing carefully. We are separating the DNA into two. This DNA only. Normally during replication DNA gets separated after 20 minutes. 20 minutes once bacterium multiply, during replication procedure the DNA is get separated. Okay, then new DNA are formed. We know the new DNA are formed. New DNA means what? Here the old DNA contain N15. Here also N15 as a nitrogen base, ammonium chloride. The new DNA we add what? N14 ammonium chloride. So the new DNA contain what? N14 ammonium chloride. N14 means we take on another color for our differentiation. Okay, this is actually N14. So new DNA is formed with the use of what? N14. Here this is rose color is actually N14. Rose color is N14. So normally during replication procedure DNA gets separated. Two strands are separated. Then one strand is contained N15 because from the parent is one strand, and newly synthesized strand we add here. Now we add ammonium chloride, N14 ammonium chloride. This is a little bit density less as compared to the N15 ammonium chloride. So the newly formed DNA, newly synthesized DNA contain N14 because we add ammonium chloride 14 to the medium. So bacterium it absorbs ammonium chloride 14 from the medium and forms the own DNA, new DNA. So old DNA is N15 ammonium chloride nitrogen base, and the newly formed DNA is N14 ammonium chloride nitrogen base. So same procedure for centrifugation, we form a centrifuge. With the use of centrifugation machine, we centrifuge the particular substance, a particular bacterium in the centrifuge. Okay, but here what? One strand, one helix contain N15, one helix contain N14, one helix contain N15 and one helix contain N14. Then the mixed DNA are present. One DNA, one strand is N15 nitrogen base are present, in one strand N14 are present because we add N14 to the next generation, second generation. Okay, now 14, 15 means density less as compared to the 15. Here two strand is 15, 15. So density more, so is settled into the lower bottom of the test tube, the centrifugal tube. Here 15 one strand, another one strand 14. So density is less as compared to this. So the particular DNA is in the middle of the test tube, not lower bottom of the test tube. Middle of the test tube, because due to density it is settled in the lower bottom of the test tube. Here density is less as compared to the first case. So we have 14, 15 only present. So the DNA is not in the lower part, it is slightly extended to the 75% part of the particular test tube. So in a test tube not in the lower, because the DNA contains 15 and 14 mixed nitrogen bases. In next experiment, in the third step, this is actually one DNA into two DNA, one organism into two organism. Then another generation, after 20 minutes, then another 20 minutes means 40 minutes. After 40 minutes, because first DNA or cell after 20 minutes divided into 2 cells, because 2 cells contain 2 DNA. After 20 minutes, after 20 minutes means total minutes 40, 20 plus 20. After 40 minutes, one bacterium produce 4 daughter cells. Here 2 daughter cells, then the 4 daughter cells. 4 daughter cells also contain 4 type of DNA. Here listen the drawing carefully, listen the drawing carefully. And here in the next replication process also the DNA is replicated. Listen. And here, okay, this, listen. Okay, so once DNA helix, 2 double stranded DNA is separated into 2 strands, individual strands. Here also double stranded DNA is separated into 2 individual strands. Then here also here we add ammonium chloride 14 as a substance. In the next experiment also same bacterium, same ammonium chloride 14. First only we add 15 ammonium chloride. Here also 14, here also 14. So 14 means what? 14 means we give actually 14 is actually we give a rose color for the coloring identification. Then this is actually new DNA, this is old DNA, what? N15, hydrogen. Here what? N14, here N15, here N14. Then here newly synthesized DNA also, he is actually old strand. But now new synthesized strand, but one DNA is separated into 2, the new strand are formed. New strand is observed with the use of 14, because we add 14 only in this medium. So the 14 is added. So newly synthesized strand contain what? 14. So N14, here 14. So one strand is contain 15, another one strand contain 14. Okay, one strand contain 15 and another one strand contain 14. Here newly synthesized strand. Then one strand contain, then next one also contain 14. Here 14 only. N14. 2 strands contain 14 or 14. Okay. In first experiment, first stage of this experiment, we add ammonium chloride 15. So all the DNA contain what? N15 as a nitrogen base. In the next experiment, we add 14 into the medium, the second stage, in the second stage after 20 minutes. Then the newly synthesized DNA contain 14 in nitrogen base, and the old strand is contain 15 nitrogen base, and the same ammonium chloride 14 only added to the next stage of the after 40 minutes, the third generation. In the third generation also we add N14 ammonium chloride plus cesium chloride, same substances. Here one DNA contain one strand 15, one strand 14, another one DNA contain both the strand 14 14, here 14 15 and 14 14. Okay, then centrifugal machine also we add centrifugal machine, the same bacterium with the use of cesium chloride. We add centrifugal machine means what? 14 15 here, the shading is represent 14 15, and 14 14 one present, no, 14 14 means is less as compared to the 14 15. The first one 15 15 nitrogen bases are present in the 2 helix. Here one strand 14, one strand 15, 14 15 strand are present. Due to this the less weight, so that in the centrifugal tube the 14 15 nitrogen DNA is elevated slowly, they are not in the bottom region. In the next experiment, one is 15 14, so this is 15 14, and next one is 14 14. 14 14 means is lesser weight, lesser as compared to the other thing. So 14 14 here. because 14 is less. This is centrifugal tube. So from this experiment, this is actually this is actually N15 ammonium chloride. So here N14 and 15, here N14 one stand and N15 one stand, and here N14 plus N15, in one other one N14 and N14. Okay. So from this experiment we conclude during DNA replication, maybe the Messelson and Stahl scientists conclude during DNA replication, one strand is actually old strand, one strand is newly synthesized strand. Due to this synthesizing of new strand, the plant or the particular bacterium absorbs what? Nitrogen 14. So it forms a new strand with the nitrogen 14, and old strand is nitrogen 15. And in another generation also we add ammonium chloride 14. So the newly synthesized and the old strand is 15 from the parent, and newly synthesized strand is 14. Here 14. So due to this experiment they conclude the DNA replicates semi-conservatively. Semi-conservative means half the DNA is actually old strand, half the DNA is actually newly synthesized strand. If example, our cell contain one DNA, double helical means one helix is actually developed from the parent cell, one helix is newly synthesized DNA. Okay, the procedure only semi-conservative method. So because half the DNA is conserving from the parent, half the DNA is newly synthesizing. So every organism, not only E. coli, this experiment is first proved in E. coli bacterium, prokaryotes, then later it is proved in human also, even eukaryotic cells also. Okay, in another scientists like Vizia Faba Beans, Taylor, that scientist name is Taylor. It is explaining the replication procedure in eukaryotic cell, that is Vizia Faba beans. Faba beans actually Fabaceae, leguminous plant we know, beans. So in Messelson and Stahl proved the replication, experimentally proved the replication procedure in E. coli, that is prokaryotes. In the next experiment, in next scientist like Taylor, the scientist name is Taylor and colleagues, groups of scientists, they proved the semi-conservative method of replication in eukaryotic cell, that is Vizia Faba beans, with the use of radioactive thymidine. Here this actually we use not radioactive substance, it is the heavy substances we use like ammonium chloride and cesium chloride, ammonium chloride 15 and ammonium chloride 14 we add. For this experiment not we using isotopes, only heavy substances. But Taylor, the scientist, used radioactive thymidine for his research. For thymidine, we know adenine, thymine, cytosine, guanine. So radioactive thymidine. What is thymidine? Thymine means it is a nitrogen base. Thymidine is a nucleoside. Deoxythymidinic acid means that is a nucleotide. So nitrogen base, nucleoside and nucleotide. And earlier we have discussed. So the Taylor we use radioactive thymidine for the same experimental proof. The Messelson and Stahl for experimental verification use E. coli bacterium, Escherichia coli bacterium. In the next scientist Taylor use Faba beans, actually eukaryotes, for proving experimentally semi-conservative method of replication. Okay, that is Taylor made class. Then the experiment Z, the Matthew Messelson and Franklin Stahl. Okay, Matthew Messelson and Franklin Stahl only using this experiment. Messelson, they grow E. coli in ammonium chloride, heavy nitrogen from the normal by centrifugation and the cesium chloride, and then they transfer the E. coli into ammonium chloride 14. First we add ammonium chloride 15 as a nutritive substance. for making a DNA. Then the next experiment, first step you use ammonium chloride 15, then second also 14, third also 14. Then ammonium chloride 15 by centrifugation the cesium chloride, then they transferred the E. coli into ammonium chloride 14, then same also. And E. coli normally we know 20 minutes once, due to binary fission it is multiplied. Okay, that is ammonium chloride. The experiment is semi-conservative method of replication. How you prove? DNA replicates semi-conservatively. How Michelson and Stahl prove DNA as a semi-conservative replication? Explain the Michelson and Stahl experiment. Michelson and Stahl and scientists prove DNA replicates semi-conservatively. Semi-conservative means one DNA, if for example we have one cell contain two helical structure, means one helix actually from the parent cell and one helix is a newly synthesized strand. So half of the DNA is conserved in the DNA, but uDNA contain half of the DNA is actually old. So half of the DNA is conserved, half of the DNA only newly synthesized. So this method is semi-conservative method of replication. This is actually not a replication procedure, this is an experimental proof of semi-conservative method. In the next class I explain what is in replication, how DNA replicated into two daughter DNA. Okay, just draw the diagram and read even NCERT. Thank you.